What's going on, everyone? It's time for another thriller, I guess you could call this. It's advertised as a slasher, but no one really dies in this movie, so I'm not going to call it a slasher. But today I'm going to do a sequel to a film that I reviewed a couple of days ago called Somebody Help Me. So this one's Somebody Help Me Too. It was released October 29th, 2010. It was directed by Chris Stokes, who also did films like You Got Served, Battlefield America, Till Death Do Us Part, and obviously did the first one as well. This is a continuation of the first Somebody Help Me film. So, the people who survived, all the black people who survived the first one, their family, and they're trying to put their lives back together. So, as the film starts out, they're taught they like talk to their wives and stuff about like what happened and things like that. There's flashbacks throughout the first half of the film at least, and yeah, and then lo and behold, the doctor's back, and him and his henchmen start kidnapping them again and trying to get revenge on them. And it's up to them to face the fears again and try to get their families out of it. Oh, but then also there's a odd little twist that you see coming from a mile away, but yeah, there's that there too, because it's not all what it seems. So yeah, what I think of this film, well, the acting's hit and miss, like just like the first one. There's some good actors, some bad actors. Cinematography's not too bad, and overall the mild gore, I wouldn't even say gore, just like the special effects of like the cuts and wounds and stuff, looks actually pretty good in it too. I know the first one had some all right stuff, like look at special effects. This one, it's a little better, and yeah, definitely you see a little bit more of it too. Overall, though, I thought this film was pretty all over the place. You spend like the first half getting to know the characters again, and which I understand if you it's like someone like I know sometimes I watch sequels first and then watch the original, but yeah, in this case, like since I watched the original, I kind of just sat there bored for the first little bit because there's just recap and stuff and reintroducing you to characters. You can introduce some new characters and some girl that's like quite a bitch, and I was like, I think that girl has something to do with what's going to happen. Sure enough, I was right. But yeah, so it's pretty standard for like a kidnap abduction style film. And then they go try bound them and made it look like it's going to become a Saw type movie. Like the one guy's bound to a gurney, another guy's trapped in this big metal cage. It's like the size of a doghouse inside. And yeah, overall, they don't really do anything with it. They beat the hell out of the doctor again and basically just run away. It's basically a recap. Same thing from the first one, and they just do it. But no one really dies. There's no really big violent altercations. There's the odd punching and kicking and beating. And then there's like, they throw in the twist near the end, which, like, spoiler alert, is the girl acts like a bitch in the beginning. But like, you can see that coming a mile away, so it's super predictable. But I know these films are more. A lot of them have like a good liking and stuff because it smashes the typical stereotypes and turns it on its head, basically. Where like majority of films would kill off like the black people and stuff like that. This one, they are the soul and everything, and put forth, and they prevail. While all the white people get killed instead and stuff, which I actually adore. I like that aspect of the film. I think that's a good way to turn it. Just but just to make a statement like that, that's what it seems like this movie is, just making a statement saying like, look, we can survive too, and that. But for from a full final finished film standpoint, from what I've seen overall, it's not that well put together. The writing is odd and clunky and misleading and stuff. A little bit of plot holes here and there. Characters aren't super developed and stuff. But I think also they had like a shorter time to do it, so they couldn't flesh it out like the first one, even though that one wasn't really fleshed out either. But yeah, this one, the story aspect and everything's uh, isn't the best, but the camaraderie of the characters is stronger in this one, and they work more together as a team, even with that little twist near the end. Um, yeah, they still come out stronger, and it's actually better than what they did in the original first one. I think they're sort of both on the same plane, though. Like, I think they're both equally decent enough, but they're still not the greatest film. I wouldn't say it's good. I'd say it's all right. So I'm probably gonna give this film a 2 out of 5, just like the original. But yeah, it was good to see people trying to change the game up with it while using some usual formulas and stuff to make film an aspiring film. This is probably more going to go down as more like people are going to look back on and be like, oh look, they did this and they changed the game of crashing, killing off the stereotype of black guy people always die first and stuff, and they could actually prevail, which is always seems to be a tug of war match in films. So yeah, overall it's all right, I guess. It's not the greatest, but for what the statement it makes and stuff like that, it does its job. So yeah, overall 2 out of 5. But still, it may go down in history as something a little more inspiring, but we'll see. But overall, yeah, there's a trailer link down below if this sounds like something you're interested in. Like always, also link down below is my Instagram. That's where I always post clips of films I'm going to review in the future. All my stories, you have the film title hashtag and subgenre film in the hashtag, so you're aware of it. And you know what? I'm going to link, instead of putting a trailer down below, I'll link the whole film down below where you can watch it for free. So you can check it out there. And also link down below is my Letterbox at Derek P Reviews. That's where I post my first star review after watching the films. So follow me on one of those 2 platforms to stay in loop with this channel. Like this video, share it so more people aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below. And apparently making like two more, but I don't know. If you have any other film or film franchise in any genre that you want to hear my opinions on in the future, comment those down below. I'll try my best to get to them as soon as I can, and if I can find them. And yeah, make sure you subscribe. Hopefully, we find something weird, obscure, and odd they probably never thought of checking out together, somewhat like this. Also, hear my opinions on popular films that are out, classic films, and reviews on other things as well. And don't forget to ring that bell because, well, I think I'm going to go into horror comedy for the next one. There's one called My Best Friend's a Vampire, which I heard is ridiculous, and I kind of want to check it out because I've been watching a lot of weird thrillers and vampire movies and stuff, so I might as well check out this one and see how bad or good it is. So make sure you tune in for that one, ring that bell so you don't miss it, and yeah, watch out for all those crazy doctors out there trying to perform evil experiments on us in the middle of warehouses, and I guess I'll see you all in the next one. So until then, cheers.